everybody, welcome to Current World Issue Semester 2 Final Exam Study Session. My name is Mrs. Gonzalez, and the original date for this study session was November 30th, but I was not able, or I did not properly record the study session. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to go ahead and just tell you some general information about where to look throughout the slide presentation slash video, and direct you to what you need to study. So again, this will be very short. You can fast forward and you can rewind as you like to help you out with your final exam. So this is the agenda for the recorded version. We're not going to do that because there's no time for questions here because it is a recorded session, so or a recorded after the session. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you what each slide is about. You can pause it and you can read it. And if you have any questions about the slide, please contact me. You can contact me through the chat messenger in your class. You can contact me through email, text messaging, variety of different ways. So this page you see here is final exam study tips. It tells you how many total questions there are on the final exam, which there are 30. The types of questions. Notice that there's only one short essay question, which is pretty nice. What's considered a passing grade? How much the exam is worth? If you can use notes, and the answer is yes, one full page. And what happens if you don't pass? So if you need to review this a little bit longer because you don't know any of this information, pause the video here, read through, and contact me if you have any questions. So these, again, are just general study tips for the final exam. All right, this slide will talk about final exam rules and deadlines, time limits that you have to take it in one sitting, how to take the final exam. So I'm going to go ahead and have you pause here, read through that, and contact me if you have any questions or concerns. So again, go ahead, pause this, read it, and then unpause the recording to move on. Some additional final exam study tips about rules and deadlines. And of course, how to study. Make sure you're reviewing the study guide, taking notes, reviewing assignments, and redoing any low scoring work. And I have provided you with what it's going to look like from your class. Once you have completed all assignments, the final exam study guide becomes unlocked. You won't be able to access, I believe, until all of your assignments have been completed. So make sure that you find that final exam study guide. There's a picture right here of what it's going to look like before the final exam. So make sure that you're using that final exam study guide. It has topics about it has the topics that are going to be on your final. So go ahead and pause this if you need to read through it more thoroughly. All right. So this part actually goes through several questions on the final exam. Which is really nice because these are actual questions from the final exam, and it also provides you study tips. So there's a study tip, then a question, then a study tip, question, and so on. So make sure that you're reading through these study tips, and this is the last time I'll say this because you already know this, but always pause, read this, and then move on, just because I'm not going through every single slide this time around. So pause it here if you need to read up. Okay, the first sample question from the test is a fill in the blank. Try that out, see if you get it right, and I will have the answer on the following page. And there is the answer. Okay, another final exam practice tip. Another sample question from the test. This one's multiple choice. Talks about the main cause of the financial crisis. And on the next page there will be an answer. So pause it here, think about it, see if you get the answer right, and then check your answer on the next page, which I'm going to go to now. The answer is housing bubble. Okay, another final exam practice tip. This one's about eliminating wrong answers. So each one of these practice tips tells you how to approach questions. Okay, from here on out, I do not believe the answers are available. These are just questions that will be on the final exam that you need to go back and review if you do not know the answers to, or if you have some doubts about whether you know the answer or not. So true, false, another type of question that's on the exam. Oh, I lied. Looks like there is an answer. I think it's on the rest so that there are no answers. Another final exam practice tip, answering the questions that you know first. Okay, here is a question that has you match answers. So you're matching the terms with their definitions. You will see this on the exam. Another final exam practice tip. This one is concerning reading every answer option. Okay, this one is a sample question from the test, and it is a none of the above. And the question is, some negative effects of international trade are, and some tips on how to approach all of the above and none of the above questions. Another sample question from the test, all of the above. And a practice tip when there are seemingly two correct answers. So when you think there are two correct answers. Okay, here are some other sample questions from the test. Again, pause the video when you get to the questions and when you get to each slide so you can read through them. So you've been provided with a total of 10 questions, so you'll have a 10 question lead, or at least a head start, 10 question head start as you enter the test. And, you know, as long as you've gone through all this and actually attempted to answer them, you should do really well. This is the short essay question. So there is a short essay question that asks you to write a one-paragraph response to the following question. And it comes from a lesson. It comes directly from Unit 5, and it asks, what are some of the pros and cons of NAFTA? Do you believe that NAFTA benefits or hurts the U.S. economy? Why or why not? And actually, as we speak, NAFTA is being renegotiated, so we'll see if it even exists, if they will keep the name, or if they're going to change it to something else. So we will see, but in its current format, and based on the readings in the class and the video, what are some of the pros and cons of NAFTA, and do you believe that NAFTA benefits or hurts the U.S. economy? Why or why not? So you've already have actually written an answer for this, so all you would basically need to do is revisit that answer. If you have not done so, or you scored really low, now is a good time to go back and to review or redo that assignment. And this also appeared on the Unit 5 quiz. All right, so that's pretty much it. I know I kind of went through this quickly, but as I said, pause it, go back, answer any questions, ask me if you have any questions. Here is my contact information, my phone number, and my texting number, as well as my email address. And I am normally here Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Questions, comments, concerns, please get a hold of me. I am more than happy to help. If pausing the video doesn't work so well with you and you prefer the presentation itself, so I could send you this PowerPoint slide so you can scroll through them, I'll be more than happy to do that as well. All right, so key things to take out of this study session once you're all done is notes. One full page of notes. Make sure that you have one full page of notes to help you out. Review the study guide, and of course, if you, for some reason, do not pass the exam, do not worry. You have a retake, so you can actually have a retry on the exam if you scored below 60%, and you can see what you missed, and you can go back and correct those answers, and then you can go ahead and prepare for the final exam again. If for some reason you fail after that, again, do not worry. We are here to help you succeed, so we will create an alternative final exam for you, and we will talk about that once if you ever cross that bridge. And this is true for this class and for all classes. So thank you again very much for joining me today, and hope to see you at an upcoming live study session. Bye-bye.